another year, and it's time for this car's annual oil change. I always try and avoid working on cars in the winter, and so I end up just doing a load of jobs in the summer. This summer there's quite a few cars I end up having to do some work on, and this video is a collection of what I end up doing. I'm going to run an engine flush in the car. It's already up temperature, so we can put it straight in. This A1 is due its annual MOT and service, so I'm doing the prep work before we send it for MOT test. Oh. Right. Just run it for 10 minutes and drain the oil. Doing oil changes on a car this low, I always find I have to get the car in the air a little bit so I can get the under tray off underneath it. You can never be too careful when doing these oil changes, and so today's selection of cardboard is Halfords. Nice bright orange. Under tray off and we can get the oil drained. I've lost some of the clips from doing this oil change, so I don't know where they went. My apologies. Just going to let the last bit of oil dribble out, and then let's get the filter off. I've also lost the clip of removing the oil filter, but I have the clip of dating the new one. Let's get the sump bung back in. And we'll just snip it up. Now it's time to torque up the drain bolt. And give everything a final clean. Check that we are not leaking. Levels all topped up, time to get the under tray back on and check that we've got no leaks. Looking underneath, we are free from oil leaks in the sump. Beautiful. Right, under tray back on. Glad we used some cardboard as we made a bit of a mess. Let's save the tarmac. All change complete. I then reset the service interval on the car's MMI, and that concludes changing the oil on this car. Summer maintenance also involves sorting out the aircon. So I've got some aircon cleaner and an aircon cleaner bomb. The aircon's a bit yucky at the moment, so currently getting, when I turn the aircon system off and it recirculates, it just gives a bit of a musty smell. And we're going to spray some of these in the car and then we're going to leave it to circulate. And hopefully that will fix the smell. And I've also got a new cabin air filter as well. Do the change. Also going to spray this into the intake of the aircon system. I'm now going to start the car and then we can set off this aircon bomb. And our little aircon bomb is now going off. And it's actually made the car completely covered in the haze. When this is done, I will get the windows and doors open and get the car ventilated. With the aircon bomb all done, let's get the new cabin filter in. I've got a blueprint one here. Airflow going down. It's going to go like that into the dash. And put the cover back on. And then the second cover. Aircon sorted, we're going to move on to the A1 and change the rear wiper blade as it currently makes this sound. Hopefully we can get this changed before the rain. Just pops off, and then we've got the new one. And a quick like for like. And they're different. Great. So this is the wrong wiper blade. So I'll be back when I've got the right one. Well, glad I dodged that. I just took the A3 for wheel alignment and an aircon regas, and I was told that the tie rods were seized, and so it took quite a long time to actually get the car aligned. I also had this Seat Leon come in for a pre-MOT check. I did an oil change on it earlier in the year, and there was quite a lot of oil leaking. I suspected this was due to the copper washer not being changed when the car was last serviced by someone else, and so this is just a quick check to have a look over the car and check that everything's in place before the MOT. Having a look underneath, the passenger side looks good, there's nothing alarming, everything looks quite good. The spring looks good, nothing wrong with that. Moving on to the driver's side. Tyre looks good, got some tread, and brakes were changed fairly recently, so I'm not expecting anything wrong with these. Yep, good. And underneath the car also looks good. No CV boots torn or anything leaking from the looks of things. Looks quite an honest car. Moving on to the back. The pads were changed fairly recently, so these should be good. Underneath the car, the rear beam looks good, springs aren't snapped, and the shocks aren't leaking. There was a previous advisory for the shocks leaking, but I think they probably got changed. Moving on to the passenger side, everything looks good here. The under tray looks dry underneath, so let's get that off and have a look. Signs of previous oil leaks. So having a look under the car, we're actually now pretty dry from oil leaks. The oil pan previously was completely soaked, and I'll show you a photo of this now. So this was definitely the copper washer, as it was the only thing that was changed. We have although got a slight gearbox seep, which I'll show you now. I think this may be due to the way the vehicle is parked, but there are no big droplets of oil dripping down. I've got a start-stop module which we're going to fit to the switch behind the dash panel. And then while we're here, we're also going to reduce the service interval, and I'm going to do that with OBD11. So let's get this started, and this is going to be inside the control module of the dashboard. This is going to be max value distance service. Currently the interval is 15,000, which is 9,300 miles, and we're just going to change this to 7,500 miles, which is 12,000 kilometers. And so we'll just copy this, and here we go, paste. Sure, and go 1. Just applying changes, and there we go, that is now updated there as well. So the vehicle has done 5,000 miles since it was last serviced, so yeah, another 2,400 and it'll be due a service. Now we can move on to taking the dash apart. It is one panel to remove, and then the module can be installed to the switch right behind it. Now behind here, this is the start stop, so we're just going to unplug this particular wire. And then we can plug in a 6-pin adapter, so it's 6-pin to 6-pin. One, 2. Now we're just going to test it before we push it in for short. Now there you go, stop start. He's off in the dash. New wife blade is finally here. This blade is from an Audi A3, and the extra length means it will just cover a little bit more of the windscreen. I've tested it as I have an A3, and this does actually fit. So let's get this installed. Thank you. Now we can test it out. Job complete. Thank you for watching. There is a second part to doing some summer maintenance. It just clears.